Welcome back to MC Small Talk. We're joined by Darien Knudsen and Wes Shugarts, joined by Noah Fisher. Took a month off from season one. Thanks for everyone for watching that. But now we're on season two. This is the first episode. Tune in for more. So we're gonna start out with what you guys exactly do and where you go to attend college and what do you study. You can start. Whoever's good.
Right, I'll go first. So I go to college north of Pittsburgh at a smaller private school called Geneva, and I study communication there. And also I went to the Art Institute in Pittsburgh last year, and I got a film major there. So I really use those two things together a lot. So that's what I do.
At Temple University. Yeah, in North Philly. It's pretty cool. It's pretty rugged.
So we got a Pittsburgh
Pretty
and
rugged.
Pretty
Philly.
rugged. Yeah. And then what did you say, the film, our majors?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I studied, it was called, what was it? Film and
Studies and Production.
Film and Media Arts. It was Film and Media
Really?
Arts as my major, and then I minored in communications just as, in case this whole film thing doesn't work out. Like
Yeah. That's it. Easy backup.
I remember when you first said you were going there, I thought you said you were doing something with like logos and art.
Graphic design.
Graphic
and
design.
it was media studies and production. And
Okay.
that's whenever I first started
Am
out.
I correct there? Like,
I
were
don't-
you going to do
I don't
that?
know. I
I
can't
thought you
remember.
said that to me.
No, because
but
I wasn't doing that stuff in Herto's class.
maybe
I
not.
wanted to go
don't
for
know.
something in video. I remember that. So I
Yeah.
don't think that was it.
Okay, I could have swore. But
So, like, do you want to work more with just, like, media productions, like, short scale, like, or small scale, like, commercials?
Yeah, I mean,
Or would you rather be
I
in,
feel like
film?
my dream job would be like editing for a Netflix show. Like if I could like edit Peaky Blinders, like edit The
No
Office
way.
or something like
you
that.
like Peaky Blinders?
Love Peaky
Dude,
Blinders. I have like a
that's
couple more
probably my
episodes
favorite
left.
show
Yeah.
on Netflix. Dude.
That one, like just like a big like TV show like that, because I'd just always be busy. And then but yeah, and then like I would love to do commercials on the side. That's like kind of where you make money is you freelance on the side, but then like the editing, the shows be my main job.
That's your 9 to 5.
And then like editing freelance would be like commercials like
yeah.
like just like stuff kind of like bigger scale stuff that I do now, just like for companies that need any kind of media in video. Like in video, I would assist them on that and get paid in return.
speaking of dream jobs, what's yours, Wes? We know
Oh
his.
man, I can't decide a dream job, but I really hate doing corporate stuff. It's what I've learned through my internship. We did the stuff that he was talking about, like making commercials, stuff like that. I just hated it. So I'm trying to like travel and like do like some more fun than.
So would you want to, like, freelance? Would you want to handle, like...
I would freelance because I would have to freelance because that's like how you make money.
Yeah.
Like you got to do that to make money. But like ultimately, like if I could do video work for like a company that will send you to travel, like I've been looking at like missions stuff. So like Peace Corps was an option for a little bit. But you don't make money in the Peace Corps.
They'll pay for your school, right?
They'll pay for your
Yeah.
school, yeah. But like I don't necessarily want to get a doctorate yet. It's like
they'll pay for undergrad, wouldn't they? Like, do they help out with that or not?
I don't
or is
know.
it just-
I think they would pay for like your next schooling.
Oh, okay.
At least I talked to like one person about it, and they just said like your doctorate. But yeah, if I do like missions, like actually go somewhere, I would get like paid for doing that. So I would probably do like video work on the side of that.
Was that you talk about an internship? Was that your only internship with the industry or?
So yeah, I had the internship in Pittsburgh.
What
And-
company was it?
They're called Covalent.
Okay.
Yeah, they're actually, if you want to look them up,
Pretty
we
big,
are
right?
Covalent. Huh?
They're pretty big, right?
Yeah, we do like commercials for like lawyers and stuff in Pittsburgh. Like, whenever I was there, we did a lawyer one. They also do like nonprofits and stuff. But basically, they taught me like how to make commercials, and they took me on set in Chicago one time. And then that's a whole nother story. But after that, they like taught me how to do it on my own. So then I made my first commercial for a nonprofit just this last fall. So like that was like my first like entry into it. And then now that nonprofit is like offering to like do more work with me and stuff like that.
That's
So
cool.
based off of that, like I'll get more and more work, hopefully
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh, to do my own thing. Yeah.
How about you, Darien? What are some internships and just things you did at Temple University while you were there?
I started out in, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So there's this program, Temple Update, and it's basically their news, their like local news, but it's for like college, just for Temple. And I started out doing that and realized I didn't like news at all. It's like
You were like reporting, weren't you?
yeah,
Kinda?
yeah.
I saw
I have a couple
watched
videos. I have a
some of
video on
your
my
videos,
website. Yeah, I have one of that. It wasn't horrible, but I mean, it wasn't what I wanted to do. So I
Yeah.
kind of left that, and then I went to, I can't think of the other one's name. It was more like narrative stuff like that, and it wasn't up to this, I guess, the standard that I wanted to be at. It was just kind of like loose. It was kind of like more comedy based, and I didn't really want to do comedy and stuff like that. And then I got my first internship this past summer, and that was at Grayson Sky Marketing and Advertising, and they were just a little marketing and advertising agency. It was like, I think it was like the CEO like sat beside me, like it was like really small, close knit, like just kind of like you could like talk to the graphic designer that was right across the table.
That's
or, like,
you
talk
did
to the
that
writer.
video, right?
No, that was for this one that I'm on now.
Oh, okay. Gee.
But yeah, that one was like, so I was like the head videographer there because they were so small, like there was no one under me. They just kind of hired me on, and then they were like, we need you to make video content, and I did. And I made like one commercial for them that was pretty nice, and I did like a lot of social media work. And then for this one that I'm at now, it's called Center City Film and Video. They're actually like a legit pretty big one. Their like parent company is Center City Film and Video, or I think I said, and I work for Stage 3, and they do a lot of work for like A&E, stuff like that, like kind of like Showtime, like yeah. And that was where I learned how the process went, like from a TV show, from like the pre-production to like the production and then post-production and then like sending it out. And that's where I learned a lot of like how the industry actually works.
So you also like filmed like sporting events. I always see you like on the field at a football game or on the
Oh
court.
yeah, I forgot about that. I worked for
Like I feel like that was pretty
yeah,
big for you.
it was just like at this point it's just kind of, it was just like that was like my main source of income, except other than freelance.
Yeah.
It was just kind of I worked for them, and I was just a cameraman, so we would just be up in like cherry pickers all day filming, not all day, like 3 hours, however long practice would be, just filming, just getting basic shots. So the
Oh, you
coaches
did
could look at
practice
it.
and stuff?
Yeah, it was
I
mainly
thought you were
practices.
doing like games.
Yeah.
And stuff
Well,
like
I was
that.
at the games, but I didn't have to film at the games. I could just relax, and like all I had to do was run the SD card from like one of the boxes up there, and then to like the main box where my boss was sitting, and he would transfer all the footage. But I needed to do that every other period so I could hang out and like drink with my friends at the game. Like I had an all access pass, so I could go into like the media booth. I could go into like any section of the stands that I wanted to. I could go on like the ground and on either side and
That's
just
so
walk
sick.
around and do whatever I wanted to. It was
That's
really
sick.
nice.
You had 2 productions that won awards, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
That's
that
cool.
was just like a little that was whenever I was in like my sophomore years when I made those. I just made them for a class and ended up getting a small award. It was called the MSP Awards, and it was for, you could only enter it if you were in that major. So it was like, I don't even know how many kids are in that school. Probably like 5,000 kids. I mean, it was cool. Like not everyone entered. It wasn't like anything crazy big that, I mean.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was cool to just like kind of get my name out there and like get awarded for something, but it wasn't anything like, you know, Sundance or anything major that I could put on my that I could put on my resume and someone would be like, all right, you're hired.
Talk about some of the projects you've worked on the side. Like I know you did a wedding. I watched that video. That was really cool.
Yeah,
I
that
thought.
was like one of my favorite ones
And
for.
I know you're
Maddie.
working on a music video right now that I was a part of. It's gonna be sweet. But yeah, anything else that I might not know about or the other people might not know about?
Yeah, I mean the wedding video for Maddie Bratton and Coach Schlegel. He who did actually hit me up for that. I think Maddie Elsesser was like hooked me up with Maddie, and then we just kind of got to talking, and then she was it went really smooth. That was like one of the smoothest like filmings that I've had to do, like just like back and forth with Maddie, like planning stuff, getting there and filming everything. She was very open to me just like coming in and like pretty much disrupting her wedding with the camera. Like I was everywhere during the ceremony. I was running all around the ceremony and stuff, and it was just there's like whenever you film a good wedding, if you need to film a good wedding video, you have to have like all access, and you have to have a lot of like talking between the the bride and the groom and like me throughout the whole thing, and it was really fun. Everyone was really nice, and that was like one of my favorite like projects I've done so far. And then second one, doing the music video with the Gods. We just finished filming. What was that? Like 2 weeks ago, we finished up filming, and then I'm probably not gonna get to editing that for a while because I still have. I just finished up with that thing for PDS that I said about earlier, and that was just like a little commercial for them. And then I have I'm filming. I just filmed like a recruitment video for the cross country coach.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, I ran. So I mean, I like ran cross country there my freshman year, and then we just kind of stayed close. And then he had me up to do a video, and then after I edit that, all them gods.
So we were talking before, and you guys said one of your influences was the Mifflin County Media Program.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like you were in the media before that because you made that Isaiah Kern scootering video.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess you were into scootering more media, but
Yeah.
so talk about like the influence the Mifflin County High School had on why you chose the field.
All right. Well,
Good.
I'll go ahead. I like him. Made scooter videos back in the day. We actually weren't friends then, but like I don't know.
IV Lewistown.
Yeah.
Different scooter groups.
Yeah. Yeah. I still have my 5th grade YouTube channel out there.
I have
It is
mine
so
on.
embarrassed.
I have my videos on my main YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Really?
check out these guys' YouTube channels. Their
Check 'em
YouTube
out.
channels are cool.
There's like Evan Zayway, Sleeping or Not. Is
Yeah.
that-
Yeah.
That's funny.
That is one of my favorite
That's one of
videos
them,
ever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Check out Maddie Elsesser's YouTube channel too, by the
Oh
way.
yeah, she
Oh,
does. She has
Call me
one.
maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, keep
Oh,
going.
we used to rap on that.
Yeah.
Oh my
I-
goodness.
And like drinking and driving. Caleb, you guys did like a commercial.
That was for
Oh yeah,
media
that was
class,
for
right?
media class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
What was that? It was like what are those awareness videos?
Yeah.
What are they
Yeah.
called?
PSA.
PSAs, yeah.
Labby just drops on his face in Pleasant Acres. Check it out. Anyways, influence.
Anyways, so the media program was really cool because a lot of my friends that are in school now all have like some like AP work, right? Or like they did AP work in high school, and I didn't do AP like anything in high school ever, and I didn't have like the top classes, but I had like 3 years of like the skill to like back up my name. So whenever I was like applying to colleges and stuff, they were like looking over my transcript and stuff, and they were like, like I was fine. It wasn't like bad,
Yeah.
but but it helped that I had those media years, and like I actually knew what I was doing going into school, because like there's a lot that you learn in high school that like you don't necessarily learn in college whenever it comes to that stuff.
Mhm.
At least at like certain schools, you can learn a lot just like online. Like you can be super good in high school, go into college and just like get to use your skills the entire time. So just the whole Mifflin County program really helped that. And I remember Herto, he was a really nice
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Him and Ishler were actually my 2 favorite teachers back in high school. I
What
remember.
Ishler? Forgot.
Yeah.
We should do that as a segment.
Old cranky dude.
Favorite
He
teachers.
was awesome.
Yeah.
We could definitely bring that up then.
Yeah, Ishler's he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What about the influence it had on you?
What did you bring up right before this? Before we started talking, the other influence.
The scooter
video.
videos.
Scooter
Like
videos.
you were into it before.
Yeah,
the-
that's how I kind of started. Like we got into scootering really young. It was actually skateboarding when I was
Yeah.
really
Did
young.
you use just like a cell phone, or did you have
No, we
equipment?
had one of those like those little crappy like handheld ones.
Oh,
like,
okay,
The thing flips
yeah.
out. All the moms would use them at wrestling matches.
Camcorder.
Yeah.
Like, I would use one of those, and then
Yeah.
just get like one of those crappy like little plastic rigs that you put on, just to, like not so
Yeah.
it wasn't like completely shaky. That was my setup for so long. We got a little fisheye for it. But that was young. Like, that was, I think, maybe middle school, maybe a little bit before middle school. Like that was like near the middle school era. It was whenever
Yeah, I don't
really
think
got
I
into
knew
it.
then, because like I
Yeah.
remember
That
like
was still
you guys gotta
Lewistown.
check this out. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's how I got started. We were just making like little videos in the basement and stuff like that, and that's how I got interested in cameras. And then once we joined schools, that's when the MCTV popped
Mhm.
up, and like I could take that class. And after I took that class, that was really I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. As soon as, like I think it was like after that first year, I was like, I want to do something in film media later. And then I started editing. I liked editing a lot more than anything. I didn't necessarily like shooting. I didn't like being on camera. I was the anchor man for my
Oh,
junior
yeah.
year. I don't know how they let me on there. I'm so awkward in front of a camera.
You're
I'm not a
doing
news
good
person.
now, dude.
I'm not a news person. And then, but yeah, that's how I really got started. Like Roger Hurto just kind of like really worked with me, and like we had a good class too. Like there was a lot of like it was really competitive. Like, it wasn't competitive, but like we all wanted to kind of out better each other. We'd all, like,
but that's a good thing.
Yeah, it was healthy. It was like healthy competitive, and like I remember Maddie was really good at editing videos too. Like that, she made that track video with the "Turn Down for What" song behind it. I still remember that one. That one was good. And then, but yeah, that's just like after that, he said, "I think you really have a future in this." When I was like going to look for schools and stuff like that, and then that's kind of how I picked Temple.
What were your other choices? Just
for schools?
Yeah, like Temple.
Well, I mean, for running was like 90% of my life at that point. And
yeah, that's
then,
true.
But then I was like, so really I was looking at Temple, Lock Haven, and then there was another D1, or Lock Haven's D2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's another D1 school. It was like New York. It was like Buffalo at New York University or something something weird like that. And then Buffalo at New York was just another like Mifflin County school, like Lock Haven school. It's just like that school and then nothing else around it. And I didn't want to do that because I've been here for so long. I was like, I want to like see something different. I was like looking at states with like or school with like a beach or like a city, and the coach at Temple just really kind of slid me under the mat. I definitely wouldn't have gone to Temple if it wasn't for cross country. Like I had some like decent times that I racked up my junior year, and then my SAT scores were crap. So it was kind of like
shout out Mifflin County cross country.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of how I slipped into Temple, and then I really picked Temple because of their media program. Once I toured it, I was like, this is pretty cool. So I picked it.
Why'd you pick Geneva?
Oh man,
another athlete. Another athlete.
For soccer, right off the bat. That's why I chose.
You probably had other options there, right?
Yeah, I did like a lot of recruiting my junior year. Like I didn't do track. I just did recruiting for like a semester, I guess, half a year in school, high school, whatever that is. I guess that's
a period, a market period.
Oh man. But yeah, so I was looking at, it came down to like W&J and Geneva, which are two, like they're both in the same conference. And Geneva had a program that let you go down to the Art Institute in Pittsburgh for a year. So that's why I chose there. Also my like coach, who at the time was my coach, like in the middle of recruiting towards my decision time, he called me and he was like, where do you think you'll like be the most successful at? Like that's what you got to think about at this time, not like which school's like your favorite. So I went to Geneva because I was like, they have like better academics than W&J for at least media. Plus they had the Art Institute deal. So I went to Geneva and did the Art Institute thing, and that was cool because I got to spend like a whole year in Pittsburgh and got like amazing food the entire time. Entire time. Sushi every day. It was awesome. But yeah, it was really stressful too because it was 4-hour classes instead of like 1 hour. Yeah. Plus driving through like traffic, center city traffic was absolutely awful. It's the worst thing you can ever do, driving through traffic. But yeah, it was really cool experience to get to do.
Since we're talking about your sporting careers, just talk about like, do you miss soccer? Do you miss cross country? Or let me hear about it.
You still have time left, don't you, Wes?
No, I'm done.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh.
This was my last. Well, I mean, this was my last season, but I quit after preseason.
Oh,
so
really?
I did like all the summer training, went through preseason, and was like, I'm not gonna play.
I can't believe you don't run anymore. Like back in high school, that's all you cared about.
I realized whenever I got to college, I missed high school running. I don't miss running in college. I don't miss running for fun. Like I miss high school running. I miss the team. I mean, like I have so many memories from like just the stupid crap we used to do. Like whenever Zach was here, that was always really fun. Zach Moon was like one of my biggest mentors. Like even I think I started running in 8th grade, and he was a junior at Lewistown, and then he just like kind of transferred over to Mifflin County and kept running, and then he was like a major influence on. He pulled me out of wrestling and started getting me running, and that was what really set my career off. And then after that, he graduated, and then it was John, Cowell, Addison Monroe,
my freshman year.
Wrestler.
That was sweet.
I still remember like those. We went down to watch. We had a warm up every day. We had like a 2 or 3 mile warm up. We heard about a fight that was happening at Kish Park, and it was between I think it was
I remember
Kevin
this.
Bear, and he was fighting some other kid.
at Kish Park.
Yeah,
I remember this.
So we did our warm up run down to Kish, and then like it was just the funniest thing. Kevin just chased this kid around Kish Park for like.
Well, you guys were
five,
running.
10 minutes.
You were
like,
setting the pace for the game.
yeah, it was just like they were just running around. We were just kind of doing our warm up, watching it and laughing, and then we got caught in the office. We got called in the office the next day, and then we just got yelled at, and then G-Love had to talk to us about it. But it was just like, it's just stupid little stuff like that I remember. And then
People always ask me, like when I ran, like, how do you think that's fun? I was like, you'd be surprised, like, just the stuff that goes down.
Yeah, and it's like, that's why cross country teams are so weird, because you run, like, miles and miles and miles with each other.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't help but, like, know everything about that other person. And then you just have, like, this weird, like, awkward bunch of bunch of kids that run in cross country. And it's fun, but it's only for, like, that select few that love running together and, like, love killing themselves over miles and miles of running.
What about, do you miss soccer, Mifflin County soccer?
I miss, yes. I do, but I don't.
I mean, you didn't like losing all the time.
No,
but
I did not like losing all the time.
But that's a tough conference, you know?
I mean, you look back at it, and, like, after you, like, go into college and you, like, get used to college soccer, you're just like, wow, like, what were they, like, like, I don't miss it because I had to, like, once I got to college, relearn how to, like, pass a soccer ball. Like, Lepley didn't, like, fully teach me correctly how to pass a ball up to college standard, right? So I had to relearn that and, like, do just, like, basic stuff over and over until I, like, perfected it, right?
Yeah.
And, like, don't miss that about soccer. Like, soccer kind of sucks, like, after, like, 8 years of doing it for your life. But back in high school, those were them days. Like, I had middle school was the best for soccer, though. 8th grade year. Yeah, we dookied on Lewis Town. It was like, on you!
I remember,
we scored, like,
that was the
14
first
goals
year
on
I
you.
ever played
he's a
soccer
goalie
in my life.
I
Yeah.
forgot he's a goalie, yeah.
And we played you guys. It was like the first time we played you. It was like 4 or 5 games into the season.
Yeah.
And all I heard about was how good Indian Valley was.
That's right.
And then we held you guys.
Didn't Blake Hunter
2-0.
play?
Oh, we had
Was
Blake
Zach
Hunter,
Long?
Zach Long.
Isaac
He was
Underhill?
outside back, yeah.
Long after breaking
You guys had, like,
Yeah,
a
he
football
broke a kid's shin through his shin guard. Like, I've never seen that again in my life.
That's weird.
But I saw Zach Long break a kid's shin. Yeah, that was insane.
All right, before we get into the Mifflin County topics, just compare, like, Philly and Pittsburgh back to Mifflin County and, like, the pros of Mifflin County and the cons compared to, like, Temple, the pros and cons. Because, I mean, it's a complete different place,
It
Temple
is.
and
Yeah.
Geneva. So, what do you like about Mifflin County, and what do you like about the city? Or if you like anything from Mifflin County.
Yeah,
don't know.
I mean, a lot of people, like, hate Mifflin County.
I
Like,
love
I
it.
want to get out of here, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And, like, well, I couldn't live here. I do still. I come back, and it's just like I'm home, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I love seeing the fields and stuff after you've been engulfed in, like, a concrete jungle for so long. It's nice to see those big valleys and, like, come home and just see that, like, very little has changed. Like, if you leave Philly for a year and you go back, it's going to be, like, a new skyscraper up. It's going to be, like, everything's going to be changed. And here, it's, like, they'll put, like, a new building in over there. It's, like, or, like, a new, like, that our neighbor will get a new stoop or something like that. It's very minimal changes. So that's one thing I love about it. And just coming home to see everyone, that's another thing. Like, that's why I couldn't live here, because as soon as my friends leave, I don't have that much else here. You know, I
Yeah.
have, like, my family, stuff like that, but I would get bored here without, like, all the guys here. And I know Jay's definitely not going to stay here. I know you're probably not going to stay here. And, like, none of my, like none of the close-knit friends that I had here are going to stay here. So I was like, I don't really stay here for that.
I mean, in your field, it's...
Exactly, yeah. Like, I think I could get by here in my field. Like, people still need those commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, like, after I put Maddie's wedding up, I had so many Facebook messages about, like, can you do my wedding? Can you do my, like,
That's
daughter's
sweet.
wedding? So I was like, and, like, it sucks because it was, like, it's so much money I can just see right in my, like, right there, but, like, I can't, and I just have to message them back, I'm heading to LA, I'm heading to California, blah, 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 and it's just, like, I wish I could. But then, yeah, so that's, like, Mifflin County. I love the smallness of it, like, the close niche of it, but Philly, you don't have to go to the mall to shop. You don't have to go online to shop because the city just has everything right there.
Yeah.
And it's like you have your classes. You can walk to everything. I don't need a car there. I take my car there, but it stays parked.
Mhm.
I drive it maybe 3 times a semester just
That's
to, like,
sweet.
if I don't feel like walking to get beer or something like that, I'll take that out for a spin. It's just like, it's just nice to have everything in the city. And then the food, obviously, in Philly is just amazing. Any city is going to have amazing food. I mean, the cheesesteaks down there, Jim's is the best. I don't care what anyone says. Jim's steak's the best. Pat's and Gino's can take a hike. D'Alessandro's can take a hike. None of that. Jim's all the way. But yeah, just food and like the people that I met down in Philly too, just from school. Like I just made like, just as close as friends there as you make here.
Yeah, for sure. How about you?
So I have a love-hate relationship with Mifco because like I love the area. Like I think it's absolutely beautiful here. To get to like look up and see stars at night is like something that people take for granted.
I always
here.
miss that too.
Like yeah, that's huge. Like that's huge. And the sunsets and like the mountains, like there's like a lot to do outside. Like I don't know, but at the same time I hate it because it's so small and like everyone just knows each other and stuff and there's not a lot to do, right? We're in the city, there's like you can find something to do like super easily. But like where my school's at is a lot like Mifflin County. Like it's kind of like a rundown old suburb. It used to be like really popular, but now there's like, I don't know, it's just like rundown and like kind of like crummy and stuff. So yeah, it's similar to Mifflin County, but like I was in Pittsburgh for an entire year, and like the city of Pittsburgh is like a wonderful city. Like
I love Pittsburgh a lot.
I've been to Pittsburgh, Philly, Cleveland, Chicago. I don't know. Down in Florida, I've been to a couple cities down there, but my like favorite is like Pittsburgh, just because like I don't know, everyone's just like really nice there, and everyone's in a good mood, and there's just like a lot to do. Whereas like whenever I went to Chicago, everyone was just like mean. Like I've never had a problem with like people being mean to me, but like in Chicago, like they were just rude for no reason. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but Pittsburgh, it's a great place to be. So I won't live here someday, but like I'll come back for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe for a little bit.
Good
I don't
answer,
know if
good
I have
answer.
to, you know, but we'll see.
All right, I got 3 words about Mifflin County, and it's Pleasant Acre boys. Talk about that.
I was a late.
Yeah.
I was
You were
a
late.
late.
It was like we adopted him. You know, Pleasant Acres East is better than Pleasant Acres West.
Ooh.
Let me
even
just
lives
throw
in
that
Jake
out there.
Stein. He's the only one I know in the West. In the West.
I think Brittany Wright used to live there, didn't she?
I have no idea.
I
the
don't
West,
know.
it's just under the tunnel there.
Yeah,
It's the
it's
cow
just
tunnel,
not
I
as
think.
good
That
as
was the cows. We should take that for country.
Yeah. So,
But yeah,
who's all in there, Maddie?
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. It's something. I don't know.
Me,
It's like
Maddie.
a boys. It's like a not really like it's not a boys group. It's like
Evan.
It's Maddie, Evan,
Devin,
Devin,
Jack,
Jack, Mitch.
Mitch.
Did you say Evan up top?
Yeah, we got it.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Pleasant Acres, gang or die.
Yeah.
So, other than Pleasant Acres, what are your favorite places in the area? Like, you guys big into nature? Or?
Yeah, I go to Thousand Steps.
Yeah.
Just about like, I don't know, I've been there 3 times since I've gone home for this break. I just get bored. Like, what else is there to do but climb 1,000 steps?
I heard you
That's-
talking about it. I heard you talking about
And
it.
what
then I
you do
took
around here.
photos up there. Yeah, that's all there is to do. So I'll go out to Reed's Gap. I usually just go somewhere like random because it's nice to be alone. Like people don't understand. Like and where I'm at least, you can't just like drive like 15 like 20 minutes and be like completely alone. Like no matter where you go,
You
there's
go to the
people
Walmart
around.
parking lot.
Yeah.
To get away. What about you, Darren?
Some of my favorites, like the Lewistown Lookout. I love going on drives in through here.
Yeah,
I love
that's
the
what I
like
love.
the mountain rides and stuff like that. That's one of my favorite parts about Mifflin County. There's a lot of mountain rides. Is this like stores and stuff, or like is this just like what do you mean by places in Mifflin County?
Well, that's a good answer. Now, what about like places to eat from both of you?
The Belleville.
Bellevue.
They have really good house dressing, right?
That's our second Bellevue shout out.
Hey, so
Dustin.
good house dressing. I only ever ate there like twice, but man, that like
Yeah,
garlic sauce
that's pretty
is
legendary.
just phenomenal.
What about you, Darren?
Definitely JP's like
Yeah.
it's the go-to for everyone, but it's just like it's so close to me. But like that's where everyone goes. It's like they have a good bar menu, like they have a good drink
Yeah.
menu, and they have a good menu in general. And then I'd say I always forget the name of it. The one like right you take it right at Sheets. Starts with like
Chorus.
Chorus.
I
Like
still have yet to go there. honestly.
yeah, I have Chorus
That
is
place
really
is
good.
nice.
Yeah, it's not like the setup's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They have a really good crab like pasta dish. It's amazing. And then definitely BTOs. BTOs is
BTOs, yeah,
Pleasant
they're
Acres boys.
tacos.
Yeah, Pleasant Acres boys. Like no one even realizes it's not just a beer like pick up alcohol place.
Yeah.
Like you can sit down and eat, and like the service is very subpar. Like she's gonna come over and be like, "What do you want?" And you tell her. But then like it's just nice because you can like do whatever you want in there. Like no one ever really goes in there.
No,
So you
that's
kind of go in there and eat, and it's just like
They have amazing tacos.
yeah, the food.
I've heard
really
that
good.
from
The
a
food's
bunch of
really
people.
good.
Best tacos.
That was like
in
a
the-
soccer team thing for a while. We went.
We used to go
We'd
there.
get tacos, yeah.
Really, I didn't know that. But yeah.
Kind
Have to give
Speaking
you
of-
Like the older upperclassmen. We were like younger. Like
yeah, Derek
Derek
Heimbold
Heimbold.
showed us.
Ian,
Yeah,
yeah.
so he
Yeah,
showed
yeah,
us
yeah,
that. Yeah.
What about since we're talking about BT? It's a bar, right? Or
No, it's more like
It's you go. It's
It's a
like a
takeout.
pickup. It's like a beer
It's a
pickup.
6-pack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
takeout.
And then they
like
have food
half
that you
of
can
it's like a
eat.
diner, like
Oh,
they're
that's-
seating.
Yeah, it's very
Interesting.
small.
So I'm turning 21 here soon. Oh, I'll be 21 by the time this airs. Favorite bars, bar recommendations. What do you guys think?
Well, if you're looking for classy, JP's. It's about the classiest we got around here.
I feel like it's between JP's and then like the beer house. Because
I like
everyone
the
goes
beer
to the beer
house.
house.
I think
mean,
it's fun.
When I came in for Thanksgiving, I think
Oh
I
my
saw.
gosh.
I think I saw my entire class that I graduated
Class of
and like the
15.
2 years and the 2 classes above me.
missed
Like
that.
everyone was at that bar from Thanksgiving. And it was really nice to see everyone. That's just like why I like the beer house, but I hate driving the whole way out there.
Cops
just-
everywhere.
I hate that there's like one taxi that like has a monopoly in Lewistown. And, like,
Scotty
the
Taxi.
monopoly-
Taxi.
Shout out
And then
Scotty
it's
Taxi.
like- and then there's no Ubers or anything within like 1,000 miles, so it's just like you have to have someone that's DDs, and no one ever wants a DD, so it's like we just go to JP's, it's right down over the hill.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we went to what was that place we went to last night? It was pretty nice.
Corner.
The Corner Vault.
the new place.
Corner Vault. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty nice in there. I
Yeah.
I
like
like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It looks sweet. I might hit
Yeah.
that up. I think we're gonna start the wilderness for me. Head out, hit the log cabin.
I've been to the Wilderness a couple of times. They have some pretty good wings.
I've only
Yeah,
been
yeah, the
once.
wilderness is
Yeah.
great. Just did a live show out there. Their food's awesome.
Yeah.
Check it out. But to end the show, I'm going to give you a random name, and you give me a 15-second opinion on them. I'll try to keep it with some people that are
Great.
you're real close with. So first up, old pal of mine, Jay Ciccolini.
Jay Ciccolini, obviously my best friend. I think he's the only one that I'm like definitely gonna see like at least once a year after I graduate. I feel like no matter where I am, we don't like we always come home.
I'm
but,
just
like,
joking.
I know, like, Jay's like the only one that's like gonna
Yeah.
fly somewhere to see me, or I'm gonna fly somewhere to see
Right,
him,
right.
and like he's just he's a homie.
Jay, I see him at school a lot, so he's okay. He's,
Whoa.
he's the only person. The thing I always say about Jay, him and I will hang out for like 3 days and just say like 20 words to each other, and we just sit there beside each other and just like hang out because it's Jay. Like it's just
What about
it's a great time though.
I'll give you a girl, Maddie Elsesser.
I still haven't seen her since I was home.
Yeah, I've been.
I keep trying to.
And there you have it.
She's got her girlfriend she's been hanging out with, and a new boyfriend.
And the
Ooh.
boy toy, yeah, right there.
Uh-oh.
Better watch out.
No, I still love Maddie. She's like one of the
Yeah, she's all time.
day one homies.
and one. I used to date her in elementary school.
Yeah, and then Levy came in middle school and said, "That's my girl."
Yeah, he did.
That's my girl. Oh, Addison Monroe.
Man, goofball.
I have a lot of stories of that guy.
Yeah, Addison like made cross country really fun for me.
Oh yeah, for
Like,
sure.
my freshman.
Remember, him and Pat Parker legitimately got in a fist fight on the bus. Remember that? Yeah, they started hitting each other.
No, it was like one hit. So like,
He's like, if you don't
I
shut
still remember it. Pat was like, "If you don't shut up, I'm gonna punch you." And Addison said something. He was like, punched him, and then Addison winds up, like reaches behind the seat and just.
because Addison had a temper, like he had an issue.
Yeah, dude, Addison was like one of the he made like cross country really enjoyable, just from like buses to meets. He was the comic relief all the time, and he also gave me some like amazing advice too. I mean, like,
Like,
was,
he
like-
could get serious.
was
yeah, he
awesome.
could. It was very rare, but when he did,
Very rare.
it definitely gave you some confidence.
Remember the drive-through?
Oh, yeah, that's a different,
Yeah, we've-
different time for that story.
We've had some good times with Addison.
What about Devin Hammerman? Thoughts on
And
Hammerman?
He's a homie.
Yeah, I was just
Pleasant
thinking-
Acres.
just
I gotta
last
get someone
night.
from off Pleasant Acres.
You just talk crap on someone?
You-
That you're trying to get?
No.
Get that?
What? No.
The freaking Noah Fisher kid, man, he sucks.
I mean, if you want to talk sauce, get it
Yes.
rolling. But Noah
Worse.
Fisher, Duster.
The worst, that guy.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
Fisher.
yeah, names. Let's give him a good
John
one.
Colwell.
John Colwell
Saw
for a
him
bucket.
I saw him last night
Yeah,
too.
we just saw him last night.
Zach Stauffer.
Just saw him last night too. Yeah, we're all still like all close.
I try to see everyone that wants to see me over break.
I think John's like me and John have like one of like the strongest like connections over like texting and social media. Like I'm still like pretty active. Like
Rumor has it he's getting a chubby face.
he didn't look too chubby yesterday.
I didn't think
no,
that.
yeah, I didn't see much of a
I heard
difference.
someone chirping about it. I don't.
Who was it? Was it you?
No, it wasn't me. It was not me, John. I love you, dude. We had a dynasty going back in high school. We talk once in a while, but yeah, that's it for MC Small Talk. Thanks for coming. Actually, one last question. What's next for you? Like coming up, month or two. What are you guys into? School? Back to school?
Yeah, so
Last semester?
in a couple of days here, I'll be going on my first like missions trip and like filming it. So that's like gonna be fun and exciting. And then like going back to school and just figuring out what like I'm gonna do in like 4 months. It's so
You're
scary.
going to LA, aren't you?
Monday, packing my car up and driving to Chicago, meeting up with the kid that I'm rooming with out there, and then we're caravanning out together. And we use this thing called road trippers, and we're leaving. So we're leaving on the 8th, and we have until we need to be there by the 14th is like our meeting, but we're trying to get there by the 12th. So we have like a crap ton of time to get there, and it's only 36 hours. So we're gonna like make a little road trip out of it. And then after that, I'm finishing up my semester out there, still looking for an internship, and then I'm just gonna like they put us up in a dorm. Pretty much a dorm. It's like a bunch of apartment complexes, but they put us up in that, and then I think I'm gonna come home to walk unless I get a job that's like we need you to work like yesterday for us, so get here, like you can't go home to walk. So that's the only thing that's gonna, say that I'm not gonna come home. But plan is come home to walk and then move back out there full time.
Well, good luck to both
That's
of you,
awesome.
and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
This has been a Happy Rod production.
For me?